How's it going, you guys? AZ Plyo 21. Let's book some fights here as we have January of 2024. We just saw UFC 297. Sandhagen is now the interim bantamweight title holder. Doug Rose beats Zhang Weili once again, and then Grasso beats Angela Hill in the last pay-per-view. We are going to bring Nick Diaz out of retirement. Fighter of the Year, Rob Whittaker. Company of the Year, UFC. Female Fighter of the Year, Rose Namajunas. Love to see it. So now let's go ahead and see what makes sense to book. UFC 301 would be the next pay-per-view, unless we decide we want to do 2 pay-per-views again. Let's just quickly go ahead and see which of our champions are ready to go. Yuri Prohaska, I see, who beat Jamal Hill in his last defense. Volkan Oezdemir just beat Dominic Reyes. I would not say he's deserving of a title fight, though. Ankalaev did beat Alex Pereira. It really should be him. He's out for 3 months, though. That sucks. So it's probably going to be the winner. I don't know. Should it be Rakic Mirzakanov winner? Oh, brother. We're not going to do a rematch right away for that. No way. Yeah. Oezdemir. No way. When is that Rakic Mirzakanov fight? That's this month at least. So we're going to wait on the winner of that, and hopefully they're not injured or anything like that, and we can book that fight for the title. That's going to be the next one, Mirzakanov and Rakic. Winner of that one, because Ankalaev's out for a good while. Okay. Middleweight is done with. Leon Edwards is ready to go. Have Izzy take another shot at the light. He's fighting already. He's got Jared Cannonier once again. And then probably Robert Whittaker after that. So he's got fights that he can do. Although Robert Whittaker just announced he's on hiatus. That's right. That's why he's fighting Cannonier, is because Rob is on hiatus. So if he beats Cannonier and Izzy's ready to go in like a month, we could do Izzy as well. Leon versus Hamzat, that is happening. Leon versus Hamzat, that is for the championship. Let's see. Islam. I say Islam's ready to go, but he's not the title holder. That would be this man right here, Alexander Volkanovski, who's good to go. He can be booked. He just beat Beneil. Let's see. Because we have Islam, who lost to Beneil Dariush in his last fight. We have Dawson and Oliveira, who are fighting. Seemingly for a shot at the title. Dariush is out for a good while. I mean, Islam versus... No, because he's on a loss. Drew Dober, 26 days. He's fought Islam before. Dustin. I like the idea of Dustin Islam. And that would at the very least give Islam a reason to fight for the title, I guess. So Dustin versus Islam is happening. Okay, let's look at just champions again. Now, Volk. I believe Evloev was next. And he would be good to go. Giga Chad coming off the win over Korean Zombie. Not ready. Evloev, I do like the idea of. Need to pray 6 more times if he wants to win the belt. But we can do Volkan Evloev. Let's do it. All right, so we got Volk versus Evloev. O'Malley, is he going to be good to go? 5 days. Is Corey Sandhagen good? 2 months. So we know that fight's probably going to be happening in 2 months. Brandon Moreno is going to be fighting Mighty Mouse for the flyweight title. Okay. We got Nunes fighting against Nunes for the featherweight title. That is already booked. Grasso. So Fior just beat Karina Rodriguez. Blanchfield, have her and Fior fought? No. I really want to give Valentina just a winnable fight, just to get her back on track, you know? Loretta, I'd like to build. Because Grasso's not even ready. I mean, she would be, honestly. Aaron would need to get another winner, too, because she just lost to her. I do like the idea of her and Fior, though. And then strawweight, Doug Rose, out for a month. That's fine. Okay. So we got our big 3 that are going to be on the pay-per-view. Now let's go ahead and see like ranked fighters that we want to fight. Gon beat Sergey Pavlovich. Tuivasa. Sergey Spivak beat Curtis Blades. Gon versus Spivak. Because Biggie Boy's fighting Jones. Gon versus Spivak would be a good fight. I feel like that would be its own fight card. Joe Lozon. Let's check and see if he is fighting somebody. He is currently not fighting. He is out for 12 days, but he beat Paddy Pimblett. His first fight back for like 4 years. He beat Paddy Pimblett for the Edwards versus Covington fight in London, by the way. Love to see that. But yeah, he's out for 12 days. We could book him. We would just have to remember to put him in the fight. Gon versus Spivak will probably be its own fight card. Tuivasa's ready to fight. Is Pavlovich ready to fight? He is. Have they fought? They have. Rogerio de Lima. He's out for a year. Curtis Blades. Lost to Spivak. And Tai. And Pavlovich. Damn. Derek Lewis. Out for 5 days. Has he fought Tai or Sergey? He's fought both of them and he's lost. Okay. Good to know. Tai and Sergey Spivak, have they fought? They have, but it was quite some time ago. Well, no, Sergey or Spivak is fighting Gong. What am I doing? Tai and Pavlovich, they fought recently, so yeah. Damn. It's really not much for Tai. Because Tai should be fighting someone very least in the top 10, but we have to kind of wait, essentially. And Pavlovich, is he good to go? He's out for 5 days. He's good to go, but we can't just run him and Tai back. It'll have been like a year, 2 years. We can't do that. Derek Lewis, is he good to go? 5 days. So I'd like to at the very least get Derek Lewis a fight. He's already beaten Chris Dawkins. He's beaten Blagoy, who's also coming off a loss. Someone who's coming off a win, like Tanner Boser. I'll hold off on Derek Lewis, but Curtis Blades can fight Tanner Boser. And then that's about it as far as like who I really want to book. Dawkins and Ivanov, maybe. Yeah, they haven't fought, so we can do that. And then the rest really don't matter too much. Light heavyweight, Uzdemir versus Jamal Hill would not be a bad fight. And Uzdemir would deserve a title shot if he were to beat Hill at that point, former champ. Goliath's out for 3 months. Pereira is only out for 12 days. Uzdemir and Pereira? That would fuck everything up if Pereira were to win. No, I like the idea of Uzdemir and Hill just because he's just lost the title. Tai versus Lewis was a crazy entertaining fight, so they could probably run it back for a fight night main event. It would have been what? Less than 2 years ago? And he's coming out, he's on 4 out of 5 losses, so no. No, we're not going to do that. It would be fun, yes, but there'd be no point. Tai should be fighting someone in the top 10. He just has to wait and see how things turn out. Uzdemir versus Hill. Pereira. Anthony Smith, maybe. I do kind of like that. I do like that. Pereira versus Smith. And other than that, nothing really needs to happen. At middleweight, we have Robert Whittaker's on hiatus. We have a couple guys who are looking to either debut or make their re-debut. Like this Gasanov guy, former ACA champion. Debut him against somebody in the top 15. Like Christian Leroy Duncan. Imavov, Darren Till. We can do that. Imavov versus Till. Gasanov versus Duncan. Edwards lost to Andre Muniz. Duplessis. And wait, and he'll fight up for sure. We're good there. Nothing really needs to be done. Hamzat Leon, that's happening. Yumalatov, he fought one time and won, and now he's ranked at number 1 for whatever reason after beating the Dirty Bird. Jeff Neal at number 5, 12 days. Kelvin, after beating Kevin Lee, he's back at welterweight. Shavkat beat Wonder Boy. He's out for 2 months. Vicente Luque beat Max Griffin. Sean Brady beat Kevin Holland and should be fighting someone in the top 10. Brady versus Luque? Oh, he's out for a year. Jesus. Shavkat's already beaten Jeff Neal. Kelvin versus Rachmanov? He's not even ready. 5 days. Jeff Neal, 12 days. Neal versus Kelvin's gonna happen. Usman. 12 days. Oh man, 4 straight losses. Him versus Sean Brady. Okay. Carlos Leal. Don't need to worry too much about him. Daniel Rodriguez. Yeah, nothing needs to be booked other than that. Lightweight. We already got Islam and Dustin. Neil, Drew Dober, is he ready? 26 days will hold off. Dustin, Michael Chandler, lost to Connor. He's good to go. Rafael Fiziev lost to DuBronx. He's out for a while. Gamer just beat Michael Johnson. He's out for 2 months. Lost to Drew Dober. Gary Tonon. Jalen Turner beat Gregor Gillespie. I feel like it's going to be Dober versus Chandler. Chandler versus Lozon would be entertaining. It probably would be. But I don't know if Lozon is, skilled enough to make that happen. Lozon versus Bobby Green, I think would be pretty cool. I'll do that. Lozon versus Bobby Green. Because other than that, there's not much that really needs to be done booking-wise. That I absolutely need to, like, book. Featherweight, Pitbull, Giga Chad beat Korean Zombie, and he's 2-fight winning streak over top 10 opponents. What's another one? Evloev fighting for the title. Yair? Yair versus Giga Chad. Has that happened? It has not. Calvin Cater coming off a loss and is not ready yet. Brian Ortega coming off that loss. He will be ready, but he probably should not be fighting up. Nathaniel Wood coming off a win over Cody Garbrandt. 5 days. Yeah, I like the idea of Giga Chad versus Yair. And then we'll just hold off. Bryce Mitchell coming off a win. Yeah, we can do that. Wood versus Mitchell. Good to go there. We're waiting on that. Sergio Pettis. Long-time Bellator champion. Versus Umar Nurmagomedov. Really like that fight. That could probably be a main event. Jonathan Martinez. Rustam Karamov. Martinez versus Gutierrez. Love that. Yanez versus Basharat. Yeah, let's do that. Flyweight. France. Lucia da Silva already scheduled for a fight. Karafov. Naoki Inoue. Our France versus Karafov is. Yep, we're gonna do Kyle Azamat. He only has one fight against O'Day Osborne, very easily done, but he's former champion in a couple other divisions, so undefeated, so it's makes sense that he would get kind of a little bit of a quick push. Other than that, I really do not care too much. Featherweight, do not care too much about what happens there. Talita Bernardo making her re-debut after being away for a while. Not sure why she's ranked super highly. Rocky Pennington, Miesha Tate just beat. Juliana Pena lost to Amanda Nunes. 26 days away. Her and Miesha Tate can fight. I'll probably actually hold off on that. Bernardo versus Tate. Actually, no. Pena versus Tate. The rest, don't care. Women's flyweight. Blanchfield and Fior. And then Shevchenko. Chukagian just lost. This girl's on a 3-fight win streak. I guess we can throw her at Shevchenko, but they might straight up say no. Jamie Lynn Worth Helsels, because I just want Shevchenko to get a win, you know? Otherwise, I would toss her in there with Chukagian, who she's beaten before, and which probably makes more sense. Yeah. We'll do her and Chukagian. Lareida, I need to find someone for her to fight. It can literally be anybody. All right. And then strawweight. Doug Rose is obviously, not this month. We'll hold off on Zhang. Amanda Lemos. She's ready to go. Was that 12 months or 12 days? Days, okay. Angela Hill's ready to go after 19 days. Love to see that. Jandaroba versus Lemos. Yan's fighting Mackenzie Dern. Rodriguez good to go. Gotzik. Gotzik versus somebody. Luana Pinheiro versus Amanda Hebos. Stamp versus somebody, and then after that, I do not care. And we are good to go. Okay. So, this is what I have as the fights that I have booked. So let's see. Anyone that I think could main event a fight card, I'm going to go ahead and just put a little boop. 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 Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I love that. And so with that being said, let's go ahead and get Blanchfield and Fior on there. Neil versus Kelvin on there. Okay. So 1, 2, 3 fight cards. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Yes, this is how I assign fights. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Have I tried bringing Habib out of retirement? I have not. I'm sure he would do it based on like the in-game system, but I kind of want to leave it alone. Especially because in my last save, he did not stimulate very well. I don't feel like it'd be worth it, really. Honestly, I could do a 4th fight card. Don Spivak, Blades Bozer, Pajeda Smith, Usman Brady, Martinez Gutierrez, Pena Tate, Lemos Jandaroba, and then Stamp versus somebody. That is a really, really good card. I'll wait to see how the other ones turn out, and then I'll decide if I want to do a 4th fight card that month. Because it is shaping up to be a very, very good fight card. That one. Let's see how the other ones turn out. And just be the luck of the draw sometimes. Okay. So on this third one, we have Pettis, Nurmagomedov, Uzdemir versus Hill, Gasanov, Duncan, Wood, Mitchell, Car France versus Karafov, Laredo versus somebody, and then Panera versus Rebos. Gigachad versus Yair, Dawkins versus Ivanov, Imavov versus Till, Lozon versus Green, Yanez versus Basharat, Shevchenko versus Chukagian, and Gotsik versus somebody. I feel like we'd have enough to book another fight card. I would just need to decide which of these fights would be that main event. And I feel like it would be not Usman versus Brady. Let's take a look. That should be very fun, that submission match that you're talking about. Let's see here. Let's take a look at Aaron Blanchfield. Low-level national. That's not happening. Let's see. Jeff Neal, mid-level national. Kelvin. Yeah. We can do a main event with Neal and Kelvin. So let's just do this. Okay. And then we'll just take one from each fight card until they have 6 fights. Let's go with Anya and Tate. Let's go with Lozon versus Green. Go with Gasanov versus Duncan. And then just 2 more needed. Go Martinez versus Gutierrez. And Pajeda versus Smith. No. Let's go Wood versus Mitchell. Boom, done. And now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 5, and 6. Beautiful. And now we can have full fight cards and full prelims. Love it. And then we can just find someone random who's popular to put on the pay-per-view. So add show. Week 4 of March 2024. 301. Leon Hamza, Dustin Islam, Volk versus Evloev. That one's in Georgia. I feel like this one would be in Abu Dhabi. So, like, Middle East, is that a section? There it is, Western Asia. Beautiful. North Carolina, Brazil. Okay, so week 1 of March, Saturday, UFC Fight Night, boom. Let's go to New Jersey. Alrighty, and then week 2 of March, Saturday, Fight Night. Just put a 1 on there. New Jersey. Let's stay on the East Coast kind of ish. Boston, Massachusetts. We can go there. Beautiful. All right, and then we have Wednesday of week 3 in March. Let's see, Indiana. Yeah, we can go to Indiana. And then Saturday of week 3. No, no. Florida, no. Connecticut, Colorado, nope. Go to Montreal. And then ending in Abu Dhabi. Okay. We got Leon versus Hamzat. Got Dustin versus Islam. Volk versus Evloev. Blanchfield versus Fior. Okay. New Jersey, we got Gone versus Spivak. Blades versus Bozer. Pajeda versus Smith. Usman versus Brady. This is turning out to be a very, very good card. Lemos versus Jandaroba. Stamp versus anybody. All right. All right. In Massachusetts, Giga Chad versus Yair Rodriguez. Dawkins versus Ivanov. Imavov versus Till. Sure, we'll give you some extra money. Yanez versus Basharat. Shevchenko versus Chukagian. And then Svetlana Gotzik versus somebody. Beautiful. All right, Indiana. Got Pettis versus Urmagomedov. Got Uzdemir versus Hill. Got Carl Franz versus Karafov. Valerie Loreda versus somebody. Alrighty. And Pinero versus Ribas. All right. In Montreal, Quebec, Canada, we have in the welterweight division Kelvin Gastelum and Jeff Neal. Misha Tate versus Juliana Pena. Joe Lozon versus Green. Gasanov versus Duncan. Martinez versus Gutierrez at bantamweight. Oh, they're teammates. Did not realize that. Well, you can fight anyways, boys. It's a cutthroat business. I did not realize you guys were teammates. Wood versus Mitchell. Okay. Good to go there? Yeah. Still one fight to be booked. Nope. Molly McCann's not going to bring home the fans. OSP. Alexander Gustafsson beat. Gustafsson at light heavyweight. We can find him something to do. Versus Alonzo Menafield. I'm down with it. Okay. That one's got 6 fights. That one's got 6 fights. Indiana's got 4 fights and 1 to be booked, so 1 more for that one. With Anthony Pettis at lightweight. Versus Moicano. Alright, and then this one has got 6 fights. Beautiful. Now we can start doing prelims for all these guys. And then we will be done. Okay. Start off with the ladies, of course. Caitlin Sosa. Find someone for you to fight. Montana De La Rosa it is. Chelsea Chandler needs a fight. How about the debuting Michelle Montague? Flyweight Manel Kape. Clayton Carpenter. Bantamweight Chad and Helliger. Johnny Munoz. Featherweight Calvin Kattar has not fought in 6 months, but we're going to hold off on him. Gaston Bolaños. Both guys on a winning streak. Love to see it. Both guys Bellator guys, by the way. Brad Riddell. Need to get this guy a fight. Gregor Gillespie. Seems like a good fight for him. Welterweight Pete Rodriguez versus Jake Matthews. I like that fight. Oh, not going to do a quick camp for you, sir. Paul Craig. Let's do Devin Clark for you. Ryan Spann, a losing streak. Find this guy someone who's on a little bit of a winning streak. The debuting Bruno Lopez, it would appear. All right, no one at heavyweight. Alex Munoz. Mark Jakashi. Isaac Dulgarian against AJ Cunningham. All right. Carlos Candelario. Versus JPBs. Trevin Jones versus Casey Kenny. Joshua Kulabau versus Billy Quarantillo. Jubilee versus Vink Pachel. There we go. Peak and Jake Matthews can fight now. All right, Aliev versus Lando Venata. Fareed Basharat. Actually, yeah, let me see if there are any hometown fighters first. Calvin Kattar. He would be on a full camp, by the way. I will find something for Calvin Kattar to do. There we go. That was easy. All right, and then featherweight. Beautiful. Hometown fighters. Don'Tale Mays at heavyweight. Beautiful. Just looking for as even a fight as there can be. This guy who's going to be debuting. Evan Elder, same thing. Probably going to get cut if he loses this, so I'm just looking for as even a fight as possible. Elvis Brenner it is. Fareed Basharat. Lerone Murphy. Victor Henry. Go. Good debut for both of these guys. All right, Jack Jenkins. Ali Guliev. Not fought 3 months ago. And they are on a winning streak. How about that? Beautiful. Let's see, Melissa Dixon versus Yana Santos. Sure, we can do that. Adelino. Marcus McGee. Philip Rowe at welterweight. Patrick Sinkel. Brad Tavares, that's a good fight. Albert Duraev. Rob Wilkinson making his return. Estela Vanstinas making his debut versus Joseph Holmes. Ihor Potera versus Martin Hamlet. Nerman versus Junior Tafa. Alice Karoff versus Duplessis. Grand Prix. A Grand Prix would be very cool. I feel like I would do a Grand Prix if I'm going to start up a new division. So like if I was to do like a super middleweight division or something like that, I think that's when I would pull the plug. Because there's 155 and then it goes to 170. So I could move that to 175 and then make a 165 title and do a Grand Prix for that. That's something that I would consider doing a Grand Prix for. Yeah, I would do it for that for sure. Okay. Marcus McGee can fight all the way up to 195. How about we just find you someone at featherweight, sir? There we go. Men's strawweight. I don't think the flyweight division is big enough to really warrant doing it. I would just rather have a really good flyweight division. Women's atomweight division, if I can get enough fighters, I would be down to do, because strawweight always has a lot of fighters in it. Always. Okay. We got one more. So now I just want fighters who are coming off a winning streak. Stella Nunes. We're in Brazil. Okay. Got a couple of debuts here. Except for her. She's definitely not debuting. She is. Ashweda. Damn, there's really no heavyweights that are available. That's crazy. Carlos Ulberg on a winning streak. All right, we can do that. Punahele. Okay. Serotonin. We need to get this guy fighting somebody. Alexander Hernandez is a good one. Lightweight Ismail versus Mark Madsen. Yeah, we can do Inoue versus Arichi Lang. Boom, done. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. So, we've got Gon versus Spivak in that main event. We've got Yair versus Giga Chikadze in that main event. Pettis versus Urmagomedov or Uzdemir Jamal Hill. Let's see which one is preferred. High-level national. Low-level international. Well, there's our answer. Gastelum versus Jeff Neal in that one. Then we got our pay-per-view card, which is going to be Leon versus Hamzat, Dustin versus Islam, Volkanovski versus Evloev, Blanchfield versus Fior, and then Gustafsson versus Menafield. Love it, love it, love it. That's going to do it for this stream and this booking that I've got going on. Appreciate you guys as always. I'm AZPlyo21, and I will see you guys at the fights.